Hi there, Terry back again. Hope I find you well. Welcome to my latest video. And this one is going to be DC Comics Presents. And I'm not going to mention the year this time so I don't get it wrong. But they're down here on the bottom shelf. Right. Let's get started, shall we? We have, firstly, number 33, May 1981. The cover is by Rich Buckler and Dick Giordano. They also did the internal art as well. The title is Man and Super Marvel. And the old costume switcheroo, it seems, along with the powers, and the universes. Something set up by Mr. Mixyez-Pidlick and Mr. Mind, Jerry Conway and Roy Thomas Wright. And also in this issue, Whatever Will Happen to Star Hawkins by Mark Tiffenbaker, Alex Saviak, Vince Coletta and Jerry Serp with the art. Next we have number 34, June 81. Rich Buckler and Dick Giordano with the cover and the internal art. And it's one hell of a title, this one. The Beastman that shouted hate at the heart of the UN. And we have Roy Thomas and Jerry Conway finishing their story from the last issue. The story of synopsis that would fill the whole of this video. And we even meet the Mr. Mixyez-Pidlick that's spelt differently. Number 35, July 81. Cover again by Ross Andrew and Dick Giordano. And this one is The Metamorphosis Machine. And it's written by Martin Pascoe, art by Kurt Swan, Vince Coletta and Gene D'Angelo. Superman and Man-Bat, as you can see, and they team up to take on the Atomic Skull and his Metamorphosis Machine. I said it better the first time, didn't I? Metamorphosis Machine at the Fortress of Solitude, or the Fortress of Solitude. Better not to have these teeth fixed. And the second story is Whatever Happened to Rex the Wonder Dog, and that was written by Mike Tiffenbaker, pencil and inks by Gil Kane, and the colours by Anthony Tollin. And we have Detective Chimp and the Fountain of Youth in this story. Number 36 from August 81. Cover, story and internal art by Jerry. No, it's not. It's by Jim Starlin. And plus writing help from Paul Levitz. And we have colours by Gene D'Angelo. And also we have Whatever Happened to Starman. And a quote from Superman. Slow down, friend. One step at a time. And the first step is, who are you and why is Mongol trying to make you into a paperweight? Number 37, September 81. Cover by Jim Starlin, written by Jim Starlin and Roy Thomas. Pencils by Jim Starlin, inks by Romeo Tangel, and the colours by Gene D'Angelo. And the title, The Stars Like Moths. Superman and Hawkgirl learn that Superman's great-grandfather came to Earth over 100 years ago. He was able to establish an underground laboratory in Colorado and create a gateway between Earth's universe and an X-dimension which stores expended energy from suns. While exploring the lab, Superman discovers a chamber which sucks him into the X-dimension's vortex. Hawkgirl flies inside the chamber for a quick rescue. And the second story, What Will or Did Happen to Rip Hunter the Time Master? It's written by Mike Tiffenbaker, pencils by Alex Saviak, inks by Vince Coletta, and colours by Jerry Serp. Rip Hunter and his crew chase an old college colleague back through time to prevent him from destroying the time sphere. And next we have the first of 4 annuals that were published. This cover by Rich Buckler and Dick Giordano, and it's a team-up of the Earth 1 and the Earth 2 Supermen, entitled Crisis on 3 Earths. It's written by Marv Wolfman, pencils by Rich Buckler, inks by Dave Hunt, and colours by Carl Gafford. Tiring of losing to the Supermen of their respective Earths, Alex Luthor of Earth 2 and Lex Luthor of Earth 1 decide to switch Earths and Supermen. and then relocate to Earth 3 as their new crime base and use the evil Earth 3 Superman, known as Ultraman, as their enforcer. But little do they know there is a superhero on Earth 3, and that superhero is Alexander Luthor Sr. His first appearance is this issue. He didn't last long though. They killed him 3 years later in Crisis on Infinite Earths 1. Bless him. And next we have number 38, October 81. And this is a George Perez to Jan Yearwood and Gaspar Saladino cover. And the story is Stop the World. I Want to Go Home. It's written by Martin Pascoe, pencil and inks by Don Heck, and the colours are by Gene D'Angelo. Superman and Flash are trapped into fighting each other by another dimensional tyrant who wishes to siphon off their super energies in order to return to her own world. And the second story, Whatever Happened to the Crimson Avenger. Written by Len Wein, pencils Alex Saviak, inks Dennis Jensen, and colours by Gene D'Angelo. Lee Travis, the Crimson Avenger, is diagnosed with an incurable disease. He was afraid he would be unremembered, but the opportunity of that not to happen is forthcoming. Then we have 39, November 81. Again, another cover by Ross Andrew and Dick Giordano. The Thing That Goes Woof in the Night. Writer Martin Pascoe, pencils Joe Staton, inks Bob Smith, colours Gene D'Angelo. Plastic Man and Superman team up to bring in the Toy Man and 2 Acme City crooks who have stolen one of his toys, a wind-up fake dog, to help him in a bank robbery. And the second story, Whatever Happened to Richard Dragon, Kung Fu Fighter. Mike W. Barr writing, pencils Alex Saviak, inks Vince Coletta, and colours Gene D'Angelo. And the story answers the question in the title, but leaves an unanswered question that has yet to be answered. Number 40, December 81. Ross Andrew and Dick Giordano. Cover, Ross Andrew and Dick Giordano. The Day the Elements Went Wild. Writer Jerry Conway, pencils Irv Novick, inks Frank McLaughlin, and colours Gene D'Angelo. Simon Stagg duplicates the Orb of Ra in an attempt to cure Metamorpho, but you can see on the cover who's causing some problems. Bless him. Whatever Happened to the Original Airwave is the second story, written by Bob Rozakis, pencils Alex Saviak, inks Vince Coletta, and colours Gene D'Angelo. After a convict guns down D.A. Larry Jordan, his wife takes up Larry's costume and identity of Airwave, briefly to avenge his death. 41 from James 82. Ross Andrew and Dick Giordano with the cover. The title, The Terrible Tinseltown Treasure Trap Treachery. Yeah, got it right first time. Can't be bad. Writers Martin Pascoe, pencils Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, inks Frank McLaughlin, and colours by Gene D'Angelo. Superman must briefly team with the Joker to find the whereabouts of a comedian cum crime boss, Hidden Horde, which the prankster is also seeking. And a 16-page insert with this one, with another bold new direction for Wonder Woman. That's written by Roy Thomas, pencils Gene Colan, inks Romeo Tangel, and colours by Adrian Roy. Next we have number 42 from February 82, cover by Rich Buckler and Frank Giacoya, and the title, The Spectre of War. It's written by Paul Levitz, pencils by Irv Novick, inks by Frank McLaughlin, and colours by Gene D'Angelo. Clark Kent is speaking at the Unknown Soldiers Monument. He begins. After the adventure he has had as both Clark and Superman, I am not sure of what took place today. Whether you came back, whether you were never really gone, or whether it was just a coincidence and a few GIs whose names we will never know helped me save this lovely planet that I have come to call home. It doesn't matter, I suppose. It worked. That's what counts. In a way, we are both just soldiers doing our jobs. Soldiers in the cause of life. Thank you. And the second story, Whatever Happened to the Sandman? Written by Mike W. Barr, pencils Joe Delbo, inks Joe Giller, colours Tom Ziuko, or Ziuko. Let me know in a comment. Wesley Dodds purposely drank a formula that caused him to forget his alter ego Sandman, as he couldn't forgive himself being the cause of Sandy, his sidekick, turning into a silicoid monster. His life is threatened and Sandy is mentioned, causing his memories to return. After escaping his captors, he pledges to find out what happens to Sandy. Number 43, March 82. This cover by Brian Bolland. In Final Battle. Writer Paul Levitz, pencils Kurt Swan, inks Dave Hunt, and colours Gene D'Angelo. It's all on the cover, really. Mongol takes Superman captive as he menaces Earth with the Sun Eater, and Jimmy Olsen, not on the cover, summons the Legion of Superheroes. This issue was supposed to have Whatever Happened to Sandy, Sandman's psychic, in it, but it didn't. The story appears in DC Comics Presents number 47, which has a famous first appearance. But more next DC Presents video on that one. And lastly, we have number 44, April 82, Ross Andrew and Dick Giordano with the cover, The Man Who Created Villains. It's written by Bob Rozakis, pencils Irv Novick, inks Frank McLaughlin, colours Gene D'Angelo. Superman goes to Fairfax to investigate the rash of new superheroes there, just as Chris King, the new holder of the dial, becomes a monster called Beast Maniac by dialing horror rather than hero. He also learns about the strange rash of supervillains that work for Master. Not the Master, just Master. That's it for another video. Thank you for joining me. If you could give me a thumbs up, that would be brilliant. Much appreciated as well. Try not to read the script. It helps build the channel and all that good stuff. Plus, comment please. I love comments. And subscribe if you're into that, or if you're into all this stuff I've just done. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.